Not only do we use animals for food, for clothing, for products, for testing, but we even use them for entertainment. The least, the most clearly, obviously unnecessary thing of all. I mean, animals aren't necessary for any of the things I already mentioned. There's alternatives for food, there's alternatives for clothing, there's alternatives for testing and for products. But not everyone realizes that. Some people believe, just like I did for 26 years, believe that we need to eat animals to be healthy. We need to test on animals to get cures and, all these things that aren't true. So, okay, you can understand why some people would pay for animal products if they think they have to. But entertainment, using animals for purely because we enjoy watching them jump through hoops, or we enjoy looking at them in a cage in captivity, and we put them through that, all the torture, the mental torture that comes from being confined, and the anguish that comes from not being able to do what you want in your life, not be able to go for a walk, you're chained up, or having to perform. And like, I remember one of the first memories I have when I was a little kid is that we were at the circus, and I remember there was about 3 big elephants walking around, and they had like a little kid on each one. And I remember thinking, this is weird, like, where are these elephants from? I think now, and I think, man, how do people not see it? But it's so ingrained in us to think that this is normal and this is okay. And those elephants they don't just do tricks because they're really obedient and they enjoy it. They have been broken. Their spirit has been broken so that they will do these tricks. They don't do these tricks out of fun. They do it out of fear, because if they don't do it, they know they're going to get hurt, or they're going to get starved, or one of the many other ways that animals are forced to do these things against their will. Why? So that we can sit and have a laugh and be entertained. There's so many other ways we can be entertained. Go watch a movie, go play a game of tennis, go to the beach, read a book. Like, there's so many things we can do. And for that little bit of amusement, for that little joy, that little whatever minuscule pleasure we get for those few moments when we're at the zoo looking at a caged animal, or at the circus looking at animals do tricks, or we get a photo with a dolphin in captivity, we swim with the dolphins or whatever. That little bit of amusement we get, we forget about it the next day. For them, that's their life every single day. That is what they go through. For us, and every single time we visit one of these places and we support one of these places with our money, we are saying, keep doing this, keep getting these animals and keep forcing them to do these tricks, and keep breaking their spirits, and keep whipping them and chaining them and starving them and hurting them, because this is what we want to see. We're voting with our dollars. That happens because of us. There are so many animals going through this right now, and it can all come to an end. Like, just imagine if it was you there. That's one of the easiest ways I can hope that you will connect with this, is imagine if it was you being told to do all these unnatural acts by your oppressor, and you not wanting to, and you eventually submitting because if you don't, it's going to be even worse. Lions and tigers do not belong in a circus. Bulls do not belong in a ring with a man with a sword. Chickens don't belong in a circle with knives on their feet killing each other. Dogs don't belong in a cage and fighting each other to death. And some people say, hey, this isn't wrong. We get enjoyment from this, and the dogs enjoy to fight. The dogs have been taught to fight. They've been forced to fight. They don't know. There's not a competition for them. And that happens while the abusers of these animals, the exploiters of these animals, are making money off them. But in saying that, is a dog fighter, which almost everyone is against. Everyone's against a dog fighter. Is that person doing something morally worse than someone who eats animal products, for example? Well, that person who is dog fighting, who's getting dogs to fight, he's getting those animals to kill each other, fight and kill, for pleasure, entertainment, enjoyment, right? And what are the reasons that we consume animal products? Well, it's definitely not necessary, or else I wouldn't be here, and all the millions of other vegans on the planet wouldn't be here, so it's not necessity. So what other reason could it be? Because we like the taste. Taste is a form of pleasure, and dog fighting and paying people for animal products to eat both requires killing for pleasure, and both are equally morally wrong. So if you care about this, if that's not the kind of person you are, you think it's wrong to see these animals caged and forced to do things against their will and put through all different types of cruelties and killing and separating from their families, if you think that that's wrong to do to innocent beings, then live in alignment with that. Stop supporting these places, stop going to these places at the least. And then if you can, speak up against them. But at the least, stop supporting them. Stop supporting all ways that humans exploit animals. And that means one very simple thing: become vegan.